So, it's quite simple, really, when you break it down how it works. It's like a structure, it's like a pyramid structure with, the occult on the top, the Khazarian converts, or the Khazarian Jews, however you want to see it, who are into the occult. Not just all of them, but the ones specifically who are into the occult, and they're on top. And then, below them you have, bankers and major investors and the old money. And below them you have, presidents and mafia heads and, powerful political figures. And below them you have gangs and police forces and, it's really the people who control these organizations and some of the lower membership. They kind of have people on the lower levels of the organizations to keep an eye on things and make sure things run smoothly. And a lot of the stuff I'm talking about now in these videos, I'm risking a lot by saying this type of stuff, because I'm talking about mafia business, prison politics, things that criminals don't take kindly to, especially people like me who've been in institutions who are supposed to know better. They don't take very kindly to that. But I'm the type of person that I'm doing the right thing to do, And to me, as soon as the government is involved, you're not really a snitch or anything of that nature, because it's the government. Those are the people that people snitch to. You can't snitch on the snitch police, So, and so, I felt that I shouldn't feel ashamed in any way exposing this network, sophisticated network of criminals. And sometimes it's loose affiliations, but and vested interests and lobby groups, and but the connections are there. As soon as you have a connection and you have powerful people trying to get their way, they're going to use their connections to get their way, like puppet masters pulling strings. Like, use our connections in the CIA, use our connections in the mafia. They're going to consider all their choices, because they don't want to limit their power to one little thing. What's the point? You have all that money and all that network. Why limit your power to one course of action? They have a wide array of options. As far as me, I feel like I should address this point. Feel like, I'm smarter than these people and I'm smarter than everybody. That doesn't matter. Personally, in my personal opinion, I do believe I'm one of the smartest people in the world. But how many people agree with me? Probably not too many. And that doesn't matter. I think that's one of the things a lot of people will take offense to in my videos. Let me give you one more example before, it's about 30 seconds, okay? Back in the background here in my original videos in like 2012, my series around then, before I was actually detained, because I was going out protesting, I was going out confronting people about this stuff, so I got detained eventually, because I was the political opposition, and they couldn't charge me with anything, so they decided to detain me in a psych ward. But I had all this stuff on the wall when I got out. Or no, right before I went in the second time, because I was detained 2 different times. Once they set the precedent, they could now do it again. But, and I asked psychiatrists and people who prescribe to not only their medications but to their point of view, but they said, okay, this is obsessive compulsive disorder. They said, he's seizure, schizophrenic, multiple personalities. Some people even said, split personality disorder, which is way out there. I heard it all. And before I started, I knew that people were going to make assumptions about it. But what it simply was I was smoking in my room at the time, and I was trying to keep it from cluttering up the house, and I needed a place to put my notes, and I wanted to have my notes around. So when I'm referring to my notes, I can say, okay, let me grab this off the wall. So as I'm grabbing notes off the wall and looking at them, and the thing starts falling apart. And it has, a lot of Egyptian pictures on it, notes, Bruce Lee poster, different symbols, and so, and also the wind. When I always leave the window open, almost always when I'm inside, in my room, and the wind was blowing it around, and it wasn't that sturdy, and it was never meant for long-term use. It was temporary construction. And so as I started hearing all these theories, I was like, wow, just one more confirmation that I'm right. And I've had millions of them. I'm not even exaggerating, millions of them. In my study with over 10,000 sources, you can imagine all the inferences I made and all the implications, the deeper implications that I've deduced from said documents. Thank you.